Hi, and welcome to On the Shelves at ACPL. This video is the next in our series of our new nonfiction titles. And this group are true stories, some true crime, some just true books of ordinary people who have very interesting things going on in their lives. So let's get started. Our first book is Smacked, a story of white-collar ambition and addiction and tragedy. It is by Eilene Zimmerman. Eilene had a husband, an ex-husband, but she was still close to him, who was a partner in a law firm. He was very high-powered, type A, going after the world. And she hadn't heard from him in a few days, and she goes to investigate and finds that he has passed away from a drug addiction. And she really goes into reconstructing what happened to him, how he got here, and what about his job and our world led him to this addiction that eventually killed him. Our next book is I Got a Monster, The Rise and Fall of America's Most Corrupt Police Squad. It is by Baynard Woods and Brandon Soderberg. In Baltimore, there was, as this book alleges, a group of policemen who were about as corrupt as you can imagine. So they figured that no one was going to believe drug dealers, so they would steal their money, steal their product. They evidently or allegedly planted cocaine on a traffic stop and a traffic accident, and did everything they could to make money and support themselves, figuring that no one was going to believe the drug dealers, the lowlifes, the criminals. But one determined defense attorney decided that enough was enough, and he actually had enough evidence that he felt that he could go forward and try to go after this police squad. Meanwhile, the FBI was also investigating this because of irregularities they had seen in what this police squad was doing. So, fascinating story of corruption and how things can go wrong. Our next book is A Doctor Dealer, a doctor high on greed, a biker gang high on opioids, and the woman who paid the ultimate price. It is by George, Anastasia, and Ralph Cipriano. The story here, it's a true crime story, is about a doctor who was a pusher of opioids and other medications, and his wife, who was right along with him in engaging in criminal activity. But he decided that he was done with her, and he hired a biker gang member to kill her. A few years later at least, that biker was being convicted for another crime and decided that it was time to confess to this and to bring down this doctor's criminal enterprise. So if you're a true crime fan, this one sounds like it would be quite the thrill ride. And our final book in this group is The Book of Atlantis Black, The Search for a Sister Gone Missing by Betsy Bonner. The body of a young lady is found in a hotel room in Tijuana. The identification with that body says that her name is Atlantis Black, but the police say, the body doesn't really seem to match the identification. So they cremate the body, move on. Betsy, her sister, decides that she needs to investigate this, and so she goes into her sister's things. She talks about their shared history, some of the things that probably led to Atlantis being dead in an unknown in a Tijuana hotel, and really talks about the issues that people have when they have come from a tough background, and how some people can escape and others never do. So those are our true crime books that are on our nonfiction new bookshelf. If you would like to put any of these on hold, you can call any of our branches, or you can go to our catalog at alamancelibraries.org and put them on hold. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time on the shelves.